law firm with us tonight too. But I'm going to read what each of our supervisors, principals said about these staff members that we're very proud of. First, with Mrs. Clark from Principal Mr. Cherry. Ms. Clark is always the first to volunteer. She looks out for others and never puts herself first. She is the perfect teammate and is constantly looking for ways to make herself better. Thank you, Ms. Clark. Next. Next, we have Jo Roach, and has been nominated by Principal Rhiannon Fry. And Mrs. Fry writes, she is a true leader within our
didn't get a chance to say anything previously, but just want to say thank you guys for letting us do this. Public education is a huge priority for our firm. We've got a long history of public education teachers in our families and never get the appreciation they deserve, and we're just happy to be able to show our support. So it's never enough, but we'll do our part.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for getting the picture. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, the second item we have for our information report, we have Beth Gabbard and Nathan Gabbard from representing the YMCA. They're going to share a little bit about the facility that they're looking at for their facility and proposal, and I guess I would call it with Allen Field.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for everyone's time. This is really just a first step in what's going to be a long process. We got a few people here. We got Paula she's the CEO of the WCA. Beth's the president. They usually call me Beth's husband, but I do have a name. AJ and then Kevin Franks are some of the committee members. But it's something we've been talking about for a few years now with the YMCA. There's been several additions over the past few decades. The core of the building is about 1942. But we feel it's time for a new renovated facility. So we'll be putting out an RFP here in a few weeks. We'll be finalizing it tomorrow and looking at building or renovating a $25 to $30 million facility, perhaps in the exact same location. If you look at the entire lot, the current facility occupies a 20,000 square foot footprint, and we have about a 40,000 open footprint. So we should have enough space to do to double the size of the facility. We're going to shoot for a couple of pools, a couple of gyms, much more expanded areas, kind of build for the future. And this has been discussed for about the past year and a half. So it's nothing that we're not trying to keep up with another county or any other municipalities. It's just time for us to do this. So we wanted to get with you all because you're as landowners there to the north. Currently, I personally don't feel we're going to need any of that space whatsoever. I think we're going to have plenty there. But we wanted to meet with you guys first, just to let you know that this is kind of the first official announcement of this project. We do have some private donors that have already indicated they're very interested in seeing this project done. The county, the city, and the state also will need to participate. But before any rumors go out, or for any, you know how things can go. So we just want to let you know that once we get to the step and we have some conceptual drawings, we're going to shoot for as high as we can go. And if we got to land at the moon instead of the stars, then so be it. But we're going to have them look at the existing footprint, and then we may also have them look at the area to the north. And we're definitely not interested in all of it, or maybe any of it. But what could happen if we had another 20 feet or 30 feet, or walking trails, or somehow to make that Allen Field and the YMCA facility more cohesive, more joint use, so to speak. I have no idea what that would look like. So right now, we don't have any vision of exactly what that's going to look like. But if and when we did get that idea and the architect put it on paper, we wanted you to know in November that here's what we're going to start. And it may not be till April or May till we bring some ideas back to you, because we don't have those ideas today. Because the existing footprint may be exactly what we need, but there is quite a slope elevation to the west and to the north. But more than anything, I just wanted ahead of any anxiety. I know we have a number of nonprofits who uses that space. We want to keep all that everyone happy. But there could be an opportunity where we might need some changes of some sort once we get the engineers and architects. Our goal is to finalize the RFP tomorrow. Whether we hire the architect first or the construction manager first, it's probably a 50-50. That's the only thing we got to decide tomorrow. We'll be interviewing in January, and hopefully looking at some preliminary drawings in March, and in best scenario with a fourth quarter of 25-26 construction date. It'll be probably an 18-month construction timeline. So we were calling it the 2030 plan, but it's going to as we want to get it done before Paula retires. So this is just more of information only. I know maybe a decade ago there had been some discussion with the past for CEO of the Y and the school board. I wasn't a party to any of that. There may be future use for that land, which is perfect, as we don't have anything adverse to that. But just want to let you know about this project, and it's officially official. So
All right, exciting.
Yeah.
it should be a great amenity for the city of Washington, great quality of life. Toyota helped build one in Princeton, and they just built one in Evansville, and obviously Du Bois County's building one as well. And we've always had one. So it's been an amenity that we've always had, and a lot of us have used it for a long time. So even when Sean Gray was fit, he used to use it. So, oh, he's left. He'll have to watch that on recording. Anyway, I know you got a long meeting. If there's any questions, this is really just an information at this point in time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nathan. I think I would kind of equate that to when we did Hatchet Hollow. We had to talk to the golf course a lot because they were a continuous neighbor, and there were some things we had to work out too. So I appreciate the heads up and working together. So,
Absolutely. Thanks, Scott.
all right. So moving on to patron statements. Do we have anybody signed up to talk about our agenda topics? All right. We'll move ahead to personnel. Looks like we have some resignations.
Yes, the following resignations: Megan Wilmoth as junior high science teacher, junior high assistant robotics coach, junior high head girls track coach, and junior high boys tennis coach, effective next Tuesday, November 26th. Peyton Williams as instructional assistant, Ashley Travis as instructional assistant, Elizabeth Hill as Washington Junior High School Student Council sponsor, and Rachel Nebb as head volleyball coach.
Okay, I have a recommendation to approve the resignations. Do I have a motion for that? From Mrs. Browning, a second from Mr. Miller. Do I have any questions regarding the resignations? If not, all in favor of approval? 5-0. Appointments.
Recommending the following appointments: Megan Hickey as a substitute bus driver, Heidi Hornaday as a WIDA test facilitator, Jessica Williams as a WIDA test facilitator, and Stacy Johnston as instructional assistant.
Okay, I have a recommendation to approve these 4 appointments. Do I have a motion for that from Mr. Cornelius and a second from Mr. Omer? Any questions on the appointments? If not, all in favor? 5-0. ECA appointments.
I'm recommending the following appointments for these ECA positions: Maddie Dalton as 5th grade girls basketball volunteer, Hadley Faith as 6th grade girls basketball volunteer, Ellie Reed as 7th grade assistant girls basketball, Matt Clark as 8th grade girls basketball volunteer, Drew Walls as 6th grade travel boys basketball coach, Patty Allen as assistant robotics coach, and Elizabeth Hilt and Mackenzie Price as Washington Junior High School Student Council co-sponsors.
Okay, I have a recommendation to approve the ECA appointments. I have a motion for that. Mrs. Browning, second from Mr. Miller. Any questions on the ECA appointments? See a lot of alumni on that list. That's good to see. That's a good deal.
On the junior high student council, Elizabeth Hill,
So we had her, she
She was the main one?
resigned so that she didn't receive the entire stipend. And
Gotcha.
then it's board approved again as a co-sponsorship, and that's just for State Board of Accounts
Yep.
that we're splitting the stipend.
that's what I figured was the case, but just clarifying for,
It is a little odd looking.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just got rid of her, but she's back now. I'm glad she's back. So, okay, thank you.
All right, if there aren't any other questions, all in favor of approval? 5-0. All right, any old business?
No old business.
New business.
New business, we will pause the meeting.
Okay.
And have our hearing.
Yeah, at this point, we'll pause our regular meeting and move into our preliminary determination hearing for a bond. So I'll read a script, and I apologize if I stumble here a little bit. The next item on the agenda is for the board to hold a preliminary determination hearing on the proposed construction projects. If you're interested in speaking at the hearing, please make sure you have signed a sign-in sheet, which we don't have an overwhelming crowd, so we're gonna forego the sign-in sheet, and we'll just call on anybody that wants to talk, okay? After a presentation by the administration and its advisors, there will be an opportunity for the public to make comments about the projects. For this specific hearing, we will ask that each person limit their comment to 3 minutes and that the topic be limited to the proposed projects under consideration. The notice of this preliminary determination hearing is as legally required. This time, I'll ask that Mr. Frank explain the purpose of this hearing.
Pursuant to Indiana Code 6-1.1-20-3.5, a school corporation must hold 2 public hearings and adopt a resolution to preliminary determine to issue bonds or enter a lease for a project which has a total cost in excess of certain thresholds. These public hearings and the future consideration of resolutions represent the very beginning of the legal process. We note that no board action is legally required at this first hearing. Rather, this hearing is solely to hear public comment regarding the projects.
Okay. We will now hear from Mr. Frank about the process of determining projects to the community and the need for the projects.
So I'm going to stand up so that I can see the screen and talk as we work through the slides. But we've put together a presentation to talk a little bit about the process that we've been through as a school board and really as a school community, and show need is in terms of our facilities.
Sorry, the Wi-Fi is really slow, so it's a little slow. Just a second.
It's like Wi-Fi is really slow.
I wonder if the PDF version would work for me.
Or you want to try to? You want to? You're more than welcome to. It's a work phone anyway. I don't care. Oh, yeah, it's recorded.
Well, the recording is second.
On the live stream.
Pick up though.
Here, don't say your password.
Yeah.